police officers walked into the banking hall and said to me, "We're here to arrest you."
You?
Me. In conjunction to transaction X that you had handled a couple of months back. And so I started saying to the arresting officers, "But you've got the wrong person, because I did not steal the funds, neither did I conspire with anyone to have those funds defrauded. In actual sense, I should be the one assisting you to get to the bottom of what had happened." But they were very adamant. "We are here for you." And at some point when I tried to resist, the officer said to me, "We know that you did not steal these funds. We know you're not the one on the wrong. And as much as we know that, we are here for you."
What is that? Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Murenga Monday, where we discuss all things governance and Kenya breaking free. Actually, prison break for Kenya from 2019 and beyond. And today I have a guest called Teresa, who runs a foundation called the Clean Start Foundation, an organization, and has actually gone to prison and come out and started this amazing organization. So first of all, Teresa, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited about being able to do this with you. I've known you for a long time, but it's how you know somebody from far, and how we celebrated all your wins. Remember, I was telling you the other day before I let you describe who you are, is that I used to see you when we were both working at this particular group of hotels. And I just see you from far, and I remember when you went into banking, how I was so excited. I don't know how I found out, but I was so excited that you had gone in there. I used to call you the model, so that's what I realized. Oh, the model has gone in. Then I saw you on social media doing Clean Start, and I'm like, what happened? What's about the Clean Start about? So welcome very much to Murenga Monday. Maybe first you tell us who you are before we go into your story.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Pastor Angie, for having me.
You're very welcome.
I'm truly honored to truly be able to sit with you on this platform and to be able to share what we're doing at Clean Start. It truly is a great time and a great honor for us. Because I believe I come here, yes, as Teresa Njoroge, but also come with me with all the women and girls and children who would love to have a voice. And I believe that this platform here will give them a voice. So I'm very grateful.
I am so grateful as well. Very, very encouraged. And I want to give them a voice. This is their nation. And we need to know about their plight. And how we can help and how we can plug in. So who's Teresa?
So Teresa Njoroge is a mother of two beautiful world change makers, I believe. Oma, she's 8 years old, my firstborn daughter. And my second-born son, Uhuru Njoroge. He's 6 now. I'm married to Njoroge Thiongo. I'm a daughter and founder and CEO of Clean Start. And I would say a proud and hopeful Kenyan.
Wow. That's amazing, and all that Kenya has gotten through. I think because I want to talk about different things as we do this series. We'll talk about your marriage, how you met your husband, which is an encouragement. But also, as you spoke, I just want to talk about your children because you gave them those names very specifically. So could you tell me the naming behind, or the reason behind the names of your children?
So as you say, we met when I was working within the hospitality industry. And for me, that was a stepping stone because I always wanted to be a banker. Ever since I was a 9-year-old girl, I was very clear I wanted to be a banker. I wanted to be a banker emulating, my dad, who was a career banker, who had provided for us and been there for our family. He was my hero. My mom, a housewife, who was always there making sure that all of us, 5 of us, were well taken care of, going to school okay, taking care of my dad. And for sure, this was the perfect example for what family is, love and mentorship from our dad. So, went into school and was very deliberate about what I was picking in class. Eventually started banking and finance for my bachelor's of commerce, having got a scholarship through my high school teacher, who held my hands, ensured I got this scholarship, because I was very, very keen to see to it that I actualized this vision and dream that I had. And be as it may be, I went out, came back, but knowing how getting employment is difficult sometimes, I got the hospitality job, and that's where I started, gave it my all, and within 2-3 years, I had gotten my breakthrough within the banking sector. And so I started rising in this career, and it was lovely. And while I was in the banking world, for sure, you know, as you grow your career ladder, you also want to grow your family life, your personal life. And so I always wanted to get married. I always wanted to get children. And when I was in the bank, I never even thought my children would be Oma, Uhuru. Yeah, it's the journey that you know, that I went through that got me to then getting my 2 children and naming my firstborn daughter Oma, which in my dialect means truth and justice. And for me, I named her Oma because at that time when I was expecting her, that time when I was blessed with her, I would just pray for truth and justice. Breakthrough with truth, breakthrough with justice, not just for me, but for many others who are in the situation that I was at that time. And when God blessed us with our firstborn daughter, we agreed that we would name her Oma, truth and justice, so that in her generation she would emulate that.
For truth and justice as well.
Exactly. In her generation. And then about 2.5 years later, I was blessed with my son, and it was at that time that I truly got the vindication, the freedom, the truth that I had always prayed for. I got that. And 3 months around that time, we were expecting our son. And when we got him, just after I got that freedom and vindication, we named him Uhuru, which means freedom. And we dedicated him and said, in his time, in his generation, he will stand for the freedom that many yearn for in this country. True freedom. And so those are our 2 children.
That's very powerful. So it's important to name our children.
Yes.
At the times you were going through, when you were with Oma, you were incarcerated.
I had actually just been blessed with Oma 3 months prior to my conviction. And so to just take it a little bit back, when I was growing my career ladder and loved this job so much, and my dad was my mentor on one hand, I had other mentors within the banking industry, I handled a fraudulent transaction unknowingly. Served a customer, and the bank was defrauded. And for me at that point, I said, I will support the bank as much as I can to see to it we get to the bottom of who had dropped the ball. What happened? How did the bank get defrauded? And as the investigations carried on, some people got fired, some people got transferred, and I kept waiting for the final report, and especially how it would affect me, having been one of the 12 people who had handled this transaction. But the report never came. And about, I would say, 8 months or so post-handling that transaction, police officers walked into the banking hall and said to me, we're here to arrest you.
You?
Me. In conjunction to transaction X that you had handled a couple of months back. And so I started saying to the arresting officers, but you've got the wrong person, because I did not steal the funds, neither did I conspire with anyone to have those funds defrauded. In actual sense, I should be the one assisting you to get to the bottom of what had happened. But they were very adamant. We are here for you. And at some point when I tried to resist, the officer said to me, we know that you did not steal these funds. We know you're not the one on the wrong. And as much as we know that, we are here for you.
What does that mean?
You have been picked, selected, chosen. You're the one who will carry the cross on behalf of the bank for that transaction.
He actually told you that?
He told me those words. And by this time he's telling me this, I was arrested at around 11 a.m. It's around now 4 p.m. I've resisted, I've cried all day. And he's trying to make me come into terms with exactly what I'm facing. It was very difficult to swallow his words. He said to me, now write the statement, write exactly what happened.
Are you still at the banking hall?
No, at this time now, we're at the banking fraud unit, the central bank fraud unit. I've been here all day. And so I write the statement, and so I think now it's time for me to be released. And he says to me, now we're going to book you at one of the police cells where you will spend the night. And tomorrow morning, we will arraign you in court to face charges. So in a flash of a second, my career in front of my face is coming to a halt. And this police person, who to me, I think is meant to protect me, is meant to stand for the truth, is meant to get down to the bottom of the people who stole the money and defrauded the bank, is saying to me, I know you didn't do this mistake,
but you're the fall guy.
But you're going through this process as the person who did. And it was very difficult to align this. So I was booked into Kileleshwa police station. It was January of 2009, and spent that night at that police station, called my parents, told them exactly what had happened, and told them, let's meet in court.
I was going to wonder, who do you even call? So you called your parents?
I called my parents, I called my dad.
Court the next day?
Yes, and I said to them, I'm at Kileleshwa police station. This is exactly what had happened, and let's meet tomorrow morning at the courts where these police people have told me I will be tomorrow morning.
First of all, because I want to stop you there so that we move on, but I'm asking Teresa, when you woke up in the morning, you had no idea.
No idea.
That is how your day was going to end. First of all, I said, I promise I'm not going to cry, but every time I hear this story and the injustice, and I imagine if that was me.
Yeah.
And then I know that there are so many people in this nation who that is their reality.
Yeah.
And especially if you can't pay for the injustice to go away.
Yeah.
This is their reality.
Yeah.
So I want us to end there.
Yeah.
Because when you woke up in the morning, you had no idea.
No idea.
This is how your day was going to end.
Yeah.
And I think it's also important to tell the viewers, anyone can go to prison.
Yeah.
Anyone. Even you standing, listening to us on the other side of this camera, you have to be very careful.
Yeah.
And because I've integrated as we move on with a few of the ladies, the whole idea is to create awareness, because going to prison is very easy.
Yeah.
If you get into fights with people, stop fighting. If you get into a bar fight, just walk away.
Yeah.
If I hear people are fighting over lines where to hang their clothes, and you push somebody and they get hurt, and taking matters in your own hand. But we're going to interview all these women who have been incarcerated, so that we tell you that this is a reality. So looking forward to seeing you next Monday as we continue the conversation with Teresa. God bless you. Be careful and be safe.